Steve Harvey, and he's given some tough love advice to women about sex and relationships in a book that has become an instant #1 bestseller. The book is huge. It's called Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. Now, I know our audience has some more questions. What you got for him, Jessica? You ready for some real truth from Mr. Steve Harvey?
Well, it's a bit difficult. So I'm 22 years old, and I came out of a long-term relationship a couple months ago, and now I'm back on the dating scene, and I'm really trying to put myself out there and get involved in a relationship. But inevitably, nothing is working out, and I just keep getting dumped. I'm curious from you if you have any pointers on how I can let men know that I'm kind of relationship material.
I mean, you say that you keep getting dumped?
Dumped.
No, I mean, that's a real problem that women have, but then you got to look at what you're putting out there too. You know what I'm saying? You got to be more selective in your process of picking men so you don't become so easily dumped. You know, so many women have no standards, no requirements. You just go into a relationship, I'm going to date a guy and see what happens. Once we pick that up in you, that you want to see what's going to happen, then guess what? Just whatever we want to happen is what's going to happen. That's it. You have no more say-so. So then you wind up getting on the short end of the stick. Women have stopped having standards and requirements when they first meet a guy because you're so afraid you're going to run a guy off. You're not going to run no guy off that really wants you. I got news for you. You can't run us off if we want you. Please know you can't do
So it's about the picking and the choosing. Rochelle has a question. What's Rochelle's question?
I'm telling you the truth.
Hi, Steve. My name is Rochelle. I've been dating this guy for a couple of months. He's met my son. Everything's going well. Chemistry is great. So my question to you is, how soon or how long should I wait till we get intimate?
Well, oh, you guys haven't done it yet?
No.
That's fantastic. Months.
And it's going great.
and that's absolutely, and see, let me tell you something, that's something else. I tell women, I have in the book, I have a section called the 90-day rule. So I used to work at Ford Motor Company. And we had, at Ford Motor Company, they hired me, and they had a probation period. Well, I had to be on the job for 90 days before they gave me full pay and before they gave me a benefit package. Before I could get dental, medical, get my eyes checked, all of that. That was their benefit package. You had to be on the job 90 days. Why 90 days? Well, Ford figured this. We get to see how he is, how he performs on the job, if he works well with others, if he comes on time, if he does what he says he's going to do, then we give him benefits. Why is it that women who possess the greatest benefit of them all, your loving, your time, your sexiness, your company, your body, all the greatest benefit to man? There ain't a man living that ain't got to have those things. But you passing out benefits before 90 days. You don't even know this dude. You don't even know the dude.
So that's great. So where are you in your probationary period? How many months? How many months have you?
It's been 90 days.
All right,
well, I mean, you know what? It's like this, you know, if this guy is really performing up to your standards and you've got the good sense to at least wait and see, because you got a kid here too now.
Right.
You can't just jump out here crazy.
Right.
If he's performing up to your standards, look, everybody says you should abstain and wait till you're married and all that. That's cool if you could do that. I don't know nobody that can wait till they married. I don't know them.
So I think it's time. If you're ready for it, are you ready? Do you want him? Do you sexually want him?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, the chemistry.
Well, it's time, girl.
I saw the look on her face. Oh yeah. She biting her nails now. If I'd have said 6 months, she'd have just ran out this building.
You talk about something in your book called the cookie. What is the cookie?
I mean, well, the cookie, I keep my book clean. It's for everybody. So the cookie is sex, and I mean, the reason I call it the cookie is
that doesn't sound clean to me.
Well, everybody I know like cookies. I don't know nobody don't like cookies.
What type of cookies do you like?
I like chocolate chip, but if you ain't got none, I'll eat a vanilla cream. It's still a cookie.
You also have 5 questions that every woman should ask before moving into a relationship, before moving it forward. What are the 5 questions that they should ask?
Hey, look, you know, I tell women on the first day, the first time you meet a man, let's get busy with these questions. You're the best interrogators in the world, but you're so afraid that if you sound too forward that you'll run a guy off. You gotta know, wait, look, you should ask a guy immediately, first night, what are your short-term goals? You gotta know what the guy's plan is. Immediately following that, ask him what his long-term goals is. See, those are two different things. See, what you're going to be doing over the next year is going to be very different from what you're doing in 5 years. A guy can't answer that question. You are now talking to a man who does not have a plan. Why would you attach yourself to somebody who don't have a plan?
Yeah. And a plan is sexy, actually. If a man has a plan,
Absolutely.
It's sexy to me.
And guess what? You have every right to know if you want to buy into that future with that guy or not. You're not being too forward, you're not being nosy. Then the third question, you need to get into some personal stuff. What's his relationship with his mom? How does he feel about children? Does he have a relationship with God? You sitting up here talking to a dude and he tells you he's an atheist, you need to pack it up and go home. You know, you're talking to a person who don't believe in God, what's his moral barometer? Where is it at? It's nowhere. You got to get into this stuff. After you find out all of this, you get a nice little feel for the guy, you go out. You want to ask the guy 2 questions after you've been dating for a minute. First question, what do you think of me? Let a guy tell you what he thinks of you. These are see, we love talking. The more we talk, we share information about ourselves. You ask a guy, what does he think of me? And he may tell you, I think you're great. I think you're the motherly type. I think you make a great wife. He's telling you everything you want to hear. Because we already know that's what you want to hear. But right after that, ask him how he feels about you.
Oh.
See, how we feel about you, way different from what we think about you.
So if he's like, I think you're cool, you all right?
You think you're cool, all right? That's what you feel about me?
Yeah.
You think you have nothing right here. You have nothing. And so now, guess what? All of this happens when? In the 90-day probation period.
And then
so
you give it to him after that. If he's...
You can pass it out like a party flyer.
We'll be right back.